Today I'm about to drop some truth bombs that will completely change the way you view connections and attraction. What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about dating, about timing, respect, and even boundaries was missing a crucial piece? What if the secret wasn't about being patient or playing by the rules, but about the energy you project from the moment you step into a room? Let me ask you this. Have you ever noticed how some women decide about you in just a few seconds, even before you've had a chance to speak? Think about it. If a woman gave herself to one guy within hours but made you wait for months, it wasn't really about timing or even about respect, values, or boundaries. It was always about one thing: how she sensed you the moment you walked in. You didn't lose because you lacked value. You lost because she read you like an open script. There was no mystery, no tension, no spark. She didn't have to consider or analyze. She just felt it, and that feeling boxed you in quickly. Now let's get real. You might be walking in every time hoping to impress, carefully choosing your words, dressing up to perfection. Meanwhile, he walks in with nothing to prove. He simply exists with a natural, unforced energy that declares, "I'm already complete." And trust me, that contrast is something she notices immediately. This isn't about blaming her or even yourself, but about facing a reality that most men are never taught. You're not here just to feel better or gain a little validation. You're here to wake up and understand that rejection isn't a loss. It's a signal. It's a signal that something deep inside you must shift if you want to be seen in a different light. Let's break this down into some key principles. First, there's an unspoken rule. She doesn't need 3 dates to know who you truly are. She doesn't require candlelit dinners or deep talks under the stars. She sees you before you say a single word, not with her eyes, but with her instincts. Your presence, your energy, tells her everything. In less than 10 seconds, you've already been sorted into one of 3 boxes. There's the man she sleeps with when she craves that raw, thrilling rush. The provider, the one she leans on for security and comfort. And then there's the friend, someone harmless, soft, safe, but ultimately forgettable. And here's the harsh truth. You don't move between these boxes by trying harder. Once you're placed, you don't change boxes simply because you waited around, paid extra, or even stayed committed. It's not about the actions you take. It's about the energy and perception that others pick up on in an instant. She decides before the conversation even starts. The real question is, which box have you been sorted into? Now let's explore the 3 roles a man can play in her story, because only one of these roles leads to genuine passion. First, there's the wild card. He's bold, unpredictable, and unapologetically authentic. He doesn't need to flatter or seek approval. He teases, he provokes, and he stirs emotions. When he enters her life, he's like a spark that instantly sets her world on fire. That's the kind of raw energy that awakens something deep inside her. Next, we have the stable one. He's solid, kind, and reliable. Everything you'd call a safe bet. You might imagine a future with him, someone you can rely on, but rarely does that stability ignite the kind of fiery passion that makes her pulse race. There's comfort, yes, but no urgency, no desperate craving for more. He's sweet, but in the heat of the moment, she doesn't feel that primal pull. Then there's the emotional mule. He listens, supports, gives endlessly, and he may even wait, hoping for more. But what he offers isn't hunger for passion, it's just warmth and a soft spot. He becomes her diary, someone to lean on during tough times, but he never sparks that raw desire. If you've ever found yourself wiping away her tears while watching her turn to someone else for that spark, you might recognize this role. And now you know, you may have unknowingly accepted that role, not because you weren't enough, but because your energy conveyed safety, not passion. So let's talk about sexual chemistry versus emotional safety. Lust is fierce. It doesn't wait. It doesn't need logic, and it never asks for permission. If there's a spark, she moves, instantly, unconsciously. The man who excites her, who makes her feel that magnetic pull before she even thinks it through. He doesn't have to prove anything, doesn't have to earn it. Contrast that with the man who comes off as safe, kind, and available. Sure, she might appreciate that, but if your energy only communicates safety, then your presence becomes nothing more than a comforting embrace, a warm blanket that soothes but never excites. And that's why, despite all the effort, that passionate spark never lights up. Now let me hit you with another truth. The nice guy trap. You know the type. The nice guy who overcompensates, always giving, always buying, always texting first, following up endlessly. He doesn't fail because he isn't good enough. He fails because his actions become desperate. When you overwhelm her with constant attention and material gestures, instead of sparking interest, you end up reinforcing your role as the fallback option. A safe option, but never the thrilling choice. A friend might be kind, but a partner who ignites desire is unpredictable, magnetic, and sometimes a little dangerous. She isn't rejecting your kindness, she's rejecting the pressure behind it. There's a deeper psychology at work here, a mechanism of filtering that goes far beyond money, looks, or how many perfect texts you send. In the end, she remembers not the material things, but how you made her feel. The women who captivate her are not always those with the perfect car or the smoothest compliments. They're the ones who leave a deeper mark, who create tension with their energy, who speak with a measured calm and a spark of mystery. Mystery creates friction, and friction fuels curiosity. That curiosity breaks through her defenses and challenges her preconceived expectations. Let's dig into another powerful concept. Sometimes money, texting, and compliments work directly against you. If she isn't already naturally drawn to you, stop trying to win her over with generosity. The more you give, the more she learns that you're available. When you compliment her too early, it becomes expected rather than special. When you inundate her with texts, you reveal your neediness. And if you're always offering to buy or take care of her, you inadvertently signal that she's already secured, removing any sense of urgency, any sense of desire. At the end of the day, she doesn't want to be bought. She wants to be moved. This brings us to the art of Stoic seduction, a kind of energy that doesn't shout for attention but gently pulls it in. It's not about clever lines, overhyped humor, or too many compliments. It's about creating a calm, unforced presence with just the right amount of playfulness and mystery. Speak slowly, maintain eye contact, say less, and let your silence speak volumes. Read her rhythm without chasing it. When she leans in, reward that with warm, confident energy. When she steps back, gracefully fade without resistance. This isn't about proving your worth. It's about creating a magnetic pull that naturally draws her toward you because your energy exudes confidence and self-assurance. Finally, let's talk about the energy first rule. Before you invest your time, energy, or heart, make sure she's already leaned in. Attraction isn't built by giving endlessly. It's built by making a powerful impact the moment you appear. Let her feel your presence without you having to chase it down. Let her want you before you start handing over your time, your money, or your heart. You are not here to audition. You are the prize. Act like it. The reality is harsh, but liberating. You weren't rejected because you lacked value. You were rejected because your energy never stirred her. While she gave herself quickly to a man who didn't need to prove anything, you were left standing because everything about you screamed safe and predictable. This isn't about shame. It's about understanding that the rules of attraction are written in the language of energy and presence, things that can't be faked or forced. So what's the takeaway from all this? It's time to shift your energy. Stop trying to impress by over-delivering in the hope that you'll eventually be seen. Instead, become a presence so captivating that even your silence leaves her wondering who you truly are. Stop chasing after validation and start radiating the kind of calm, magnetic confidence that commands attention. Transform every interaction into an opportunity to showcase your inner strength and mystery. Now I want you to reflect on this. Which box have you been placed in? Are you the safe, dependable friend? Or are you ready to become the wild card, the man who ignites desire effortlessly? Change your energy and watch how everything around you transforms. The moment you become unapologetically you, with a presence that says you're already complete, her response will naturally follow. If this message resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the art of self-mastery and authentic attraction. Drop a comment below and let me know which part of this truth hit you the hardest and what shift you're going to make starting today. Remember, the journey to becoming an unshakable force in your world starts with a single shift in energy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video as we continue to build a generation of men who understand that true power lies not in chasing validation, but in exuding an energy that makes the world around them take notice. Stay strong, stay mysterious, and until next time, embrace your worth.